welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make Stovetop mac and cheese. Mac and cheese holds a very special place in my heart because it's one of the first American dishes I had when I came to the States. So I love mac and cheese. I make it every Thanksgiving. It's one of my favorite side dishes. And of course, I make it throughout the year because mac and cheese is just so comforting. You don't need a special occasion to make mac and cheese. The reason I'm teaching you how to make Stovetop mac and cheese is because on Thanksgiving, your oven is probably completely filled to the max. You have the turkey, you have your sweet potato casserole, you have so many things in there. There probably won't fit anything else. So for me, a Stovetop mac and cheese is the way to go for Thanksgiving. I love me a baked mac and cheese, but this is just way quicker and easier, so this is the one I decided to show you for this year. Let me show you the ingredients you're going to need. It's not going to be too many at all, so we can get started. Okay, for the mac and cheese, you're going to need 1 pound of elbow pasta or any other type of pasta you like. I want to keep it classic, so I went with elbow. You're going to need some cold butter, make sure it's cold, a can of evaporated milk, some regular milk. Here I'm using 2%. You're also going to need some salt, pepper, eggs. I have dry mustard, paprika, and garlic powder. And here I have 3 types of cheeses. I have Colby Jack cheese, mild cheddar cheese, and extra sharp white cheddar. I really like the combination that these 3 cheeses give to the mac and cheese. Like, the flavors combined are absolutely fabulous in my opinion, but feel free to switch it out. If you want to do old cheddar, go ahead and do that. If you want to do cheddar and mozzarella, you have options, but this is just my favorite. And then I also like to make a very simple topping because Stovetop mac and cheese is absolutely delicious, but it can be a little bland. Baked mac and cheese, it has a beautiful crust on top. And here I have some panko breadcrumbs, butter, and some parsley flakes. Of course, like I said, this is optional, but I really recommend you make it because it is very simple to make and it takes your Stovetop mac and cheese to a whole new level. I already have a huge pot with water coming to a boil, and the first thing I'm gonna do is make the topping so we can get it out of the way and it's gonna be ready so we don't have to worry about it. So let's go over to the stove so I can show you how to make the topping. Okay, so we're going to start by making the topping, and the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my stove to medium heat. We want to add the butter and just wait for the butter to melt. Okay, so now that my butter has fully melted, I'm going to add the breadcrumbs. And we just want it to give it a nice stir, just like that, so it can get nice and coated with the butter. Okay, add the parsley flakes and just give it one good mix. Okay, so now we just have to wait for our breadcrumbs to get nice and toasted, and I'll show you what you will be looking for in just a sec. As you can see, my panko has started to develop a really nice golden color, and that's exactly what we want. We just want it all around. So I'm gonna keep cooking this for 1 or 2 more minutes until all of the crumbs are nice and golden brown. Okay, so this is pretty much done, and I turned off the heat. Now I'm gonna transfer it to a paper towel lined plate. So you can see, really nice and beautiful golden color. Make sure you don't burn it. We are all done with our topping, and this is what it looks like. You want it to be nice and golden brown and crispy. That's gonna be delicious on top of our mac and cheese. Okay, now we're gonna do the egg mixture, and this is what's going to help thicken up our sauce. So into a bowl, I'm cracking 2 eggs, and I already have my mac and cheese cooking. You want it to cook it, let's say 1 to 2 minutes shy of al dente, because it's going to keep cooking with the sauce, so you don't want to overcook your pasta. Another thing I wanted to say is to please shred your own cheese. It's not going to be the same if you buy pre-shredded cheese. I know it sounds a little tedious, and it probably is, but it's going to make a big difference. So please make sure you shred your own cheese. Okay, so I added the condensed milk, my regular milk, and now I'm adding our spices to it. Okay, that's looking fabulous, along with some freshly cracked black pepper. And I'm also going to do a tiny bit of salt. Okay, this is perfect, exactly how you want it. So we're gonna put that aside, wait for the pasta to be done, and then I'm gonna show you the next step. Okay, so here I have my cooked and drained pasta, and I'm gonna add it to the same pot in which I cooked it. That way we don't have to do any more dishes. Isn't that fantastic? Remember, I cooked it a few minutes shy of al dente because it will keep cooking for a little bit. And I have the heat on low. I'm adding the butter. Now we just want to mix this until the butter is completely melted. Okay, now that our butter is practically all the way melted, I'm bringing the heat up to medium low. And now to it, I'm adding our egg mixture. So I'm gonna add our egg mixture right in there. Now we just want to mix. You do want to test it for seasoning. Make sure after you add the cheese, you taste it for seasoning in case it needs a little bit more. Okay, and I'm adding half the cheese mixture. I'm gonna wait for this to melt, and then I'm gonna add the other half. Now we're gonna do the rest of the cheese. My cheese has completely melted, and I added a little more salt and pepper. So make sure you try it and you add salt and pepper to taste. And as you can see, mine is still a little soupy, so I'm gonna let it cook on medium for about 2 or 3 more minutes until the sauce thickens a little bit more. And as you can probably tell, mine is not super bright yellow, like orangey color that you see, and that's because I do use a mixture of cheeses, as you saw. So if you want that really kind of like yellowy orange mac and cheese color, then I recommend use either all sharp yellow sharp cheddar cheese, or you can use some sort of natural food coloring like turmeric or any other spice that's going to give it a yellow color without giving it much flavor. But to me, this is perfect. As you can see, the sauce is thickening up quite a lot, so I'm gonna turn off the stove because as it cools, it's going to thicken a lot more and it's gonna be nice and exactly how we want it. My mac and cheese is ready and it is absolutely delicious. The pasta's cooked perfectly. The sauce tastes absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna serve myself a plate just like so, and then I'm going to top it with some of the topping that we made earlier. That's gonna give it a really nice crunch. Like always, I'm gonna show you what it looks like before I try it so you guys can see how it came out. Okay, so this is how it came out. As you can see, it's perfectly creamy. The sauce looks absolutely beautiful, and then we got the topping. I've already been eating it, but that is some perfect mac and cheese. If you've never made mac and cheese from scratch, I can assure you that once you try homemade mac and cheese, you will never go back to the box. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Also turn on your notification bell so it notifies you every time I post a video. I'm going to continue eating because this is my lunch today. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.